David Bowie, yeah!
Nation in his eyes, striped with blood and emblazed tattoos, streaking cathedral spires. They say, he's got two brains. They say, he's got no mind. They say, he was born again. They say, look inclined. They say, John. They say, John. They say he has no moves. They say he has no eyes. They say he has no mouth. They say, hey, that's really something. They feel he should get some time. I say he should watch his ass, my friend. Don't listen to the crowd. They say jump. They say jump. Just watch out. Watch out. They say, hey, that's really something. They feel he should get some time. I say he should watch his ass, my friend. Don't listen to the crowd. They say jump. Got to believe somebody. They say jump. Got to believe somebody. They say jump. Got to believe. Got to believe somebody. Got to believe somebody. They say jump. Got to believe somebody. Jump. Got to believe somebody. Jump. Got to got to believe somebody. Jump. Jump. Jump.
Yes, trailblazing with late-night television technology. Oh, thanks for coming back, man. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much. It's great to be on the show again.
Here's what the CD looks like. And, yeah. Yes. Yep. Wow, black tie, white noise.
I wanted to lean back, but I got this backpack on from the, I can't
Your
look
monitor.
informal. Do you mind if I look fairly
Well, you know,
like that?
you look clean as the Board of Health, man. You can do anything you want to do. You know, you've always been sharp. You've gone through a lot of changes, but always sharp. Do you save wardrobe?
Every single thing that I've had, a lot of the Ziggy Stardust things in the early 70s. Zippy Stardust were designed by the Japanese designer Kansai Yamamoto. And so all those were original things. I mean, he was just inventing these crazy kinds of costumes in those days. And I've got all that stuff still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when we were here this afternoon talking, there's something about a legend or a true rock star. When they're in the house, you know they're in the house. You know, I mean, he walks like a rock star. There's an aura, and you know, and
I walk like a lorry driver.
no, man.
Do you know what a lorry is?
It's a cab, right?
Truck, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that.
Well, I haven't traveled
Well,
much,
it's not
but
English, but, you know, I didn't know if anybody knows. Yeah, I walk like a lorry driver.
You know what else I've learned?
I'd like to walk like a lorry driver.
Well, because it's a macho thing, right?
No, because Presley was like a
Oh.
tractor.
Well, you are the English Elvis Presley.
Not when you can only be a lorry driver. When you can be a truck driver, you can be Elvis Presley. If you're a lorry driver...
Have you always
Ain't nothing
known...
but a Labrador. Doesn't know. It's not the same kind of thing, you know?
No, I was going to ask you, have you always known? Because you just carry yourself, I mean...
I saw Little Richard in a film called Disc Jockey Jamboree when I was about 8 years old. And at that time, I wanted to play saxophone in his band. I mean, that was my total ambition, was to play sax in that band. But I only met him 2 years ago for the first time.
If you hadn't have become who you are, what would you have liked to do?
Painter.
Painter. And you still do that for fun?
Yeah, still paint a lot. Yeah.
Just one quick thing, because you're talking about bands and playing with people. Would you like to seriously speak on Mick just for a second?
Yeah, the band, the Spiders from Mars, that was the whole situation that sort of got me the kind of fame that I had in the early 70s. And the lead guitarist with that band was Mick Ronson. And unfortunately, yeah.
Mick.
Tragically, he succumbed to cancer 3 or 4 days ago. And in his passing, I want to say that of all the early 70s guitar players, Mick was probably one of the most influential and profound, and I miss him a lot.
How's the wife? Is she around here?
She's in the green. Where's your camera? Hi, darling.
Yeah, she's probably hanging out back there somewhere.
She's hanging out back there, yeah.
You're very much in love, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. Deliriously. I'm so happy. People want to strangle me most of the time.
Let me ask you about this specific relationship. Your interracial relationship.
Oh, you're not
people
going
ever
to,
bug you? People ever sweat you for it?
You know, I don't know. That's a very strange situation for me, because I think with both of us having the so-called celebrity status attached to us, I think the moment we step out of our doors, we're no more as David and Iman. So I'm not sure what it would be like for us. I know, funnily enough, you see, you don't see that many mixed couples in America. In Europe, you see, there are a lot of mixed couples. Over here, it's still rarity. There's still this great separatist kind of thing over here. So I don't know what it would be like for us if we weren't kind of known in our own right. You get the odd snide remark, but nothing of any weight, you know?
Yeah. It doesn't bug you, though.
It would do, yeah. It would bug me a lot. I'd get mad.
Yeah. You know, you did something...
I hit him like a lorry driver. No, like a truck driver.
I just want to mention this, and you're probably going to kill me.
Red lorry, yellow lorry, red
You
lorry.
and this lorry thing. I just want to say this real quick. This man did something that was so cool. Long time ago, I bought this crack house with I bought this crack house, and we converted it into a center for kids so they can learn computers and study different things. We redid it. And David's come along now, and he's given proceeds of the single to this house that I converted. And it was the coolest thing to hear. I found out a couple days ago. Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
I must say, it's not only myself, it's also Albie Shaw. The song is Black Tie, White Noise, and it's a duet that I do with Albie Shaw, and I must point out that Albie also has donated his royalties from the single as well to this particular Unity Hall.
Yes.
But it's not dissimilar. In 1987, I come from not a dissimilar area in London called Brixton, and over there in 1987, I tried to do a very similar thing. So I feel there's a kind of a twinning of the two community centres.
Yeah. So I just wanted to thank you. I'm sorry if I embarrassed you.
No, I'm only too pleased to be seen to be one of the haves, trying to make a gesture to the have-not situation. Okay. It's token, but it's a pointer in a direction that one would like to see the society going into. Because now, being newly married, I'm obviously thinking about children and what kind of society Iman and I would want our children to be brought up in. And I think it's one of the weightiest things of the last part of this millennium as we draw to the year 2000. We seem to have a wall that nothing else will happen past 2000. This life continues and our children's lives continue. And we've got to do everything that we can to make this world a place. This is our children's planet, not ours.
You lived a wild young life. Do you ever look...
I lived a wild and reckless youth, Arsenio, yeah. I'm sorry.
Now...
Nobody? Oh.
You're alive and healthy, though. Do you ever look at
Questions about drag, I bet.
Well, no, it's about the casualties. I mean, we've seen so many of our heroes fall by the wayside. You know, I mean, do you look and say, thank God, I made it?
Yeah, I think the Serenity Prayer is something that keeps me back onto that course. Yeah, very much so, yeah. Yeah, I was very lucky.
Now, we can talk about androgyny and bisexuality.
Drag,
I mean,
now the drag
all
questions,
Now,
right?
you kind of, it would be fair to say you dabbled in the 70s in a lot of interesting things.
Never as much interest in it as you have, Arsenio. No, it says...
I knew you were going to do this.
It says on my resume, David Bowie, rock singer, interests, bungee jumping, home improvement, drag.
There it is. It's right there.
Every Englishman likes dresses.
Oh, okay. I'll have to talk to Dudley Moore about that next time he comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. You know, I put one on for money, you know.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Let's move on. Hey! They just showed that stupid, picture. Oh, you know what? David Jones is a very cute little name. Why didn't you hold on to it?
I do, but it was silly. I mean, the band called the Monkees came up at the same time as I was starting my career, and it wasn't gonna... this town wasn't big enough for two David Joneses.
Yeah.
So I let go. Yeah.
Who do you listen to? Like, when you chill, who do you listen to?
I can't... I think I got a really wide taste. I mean, it ranges from classical music with Stravinsky, I like a lot, modern composers, Philip Glass, to back to old bands like the Pixies and.
Yeah.
I'm through on Coltrane, Eric Dolby, and it just doesn't stop. Still Little Richard occasionally.
Yeah. We gotta take a quick commercial, but let me see if I got this down. You're gonna stay all night, and you and Al are gonna do a duet, and we're all gonna talk together. A whole lot more coming up. David Bowie.
Bye.
performing the title track from Black Tie, White Noise. Give it up for David Bowie and Al. Beat for sure, y'all.
I need y'all to clap your hands. Come on.
Putting on the black tie, yeah.
into your eyes, and I wonder sometimes.
Yeah. That's in the house.
Oh, man.
It's funky like doo-doo. Funky like doo-doo.
Wait, hold on. Did you hear what he said?
What?
It's dope and stupid.
Now, where did you get that from? How did y'all meet?
We have a mutual friend. I wrote the song for the album. It was one of the hardest songs to write because I don't usually write in a narrative form. When I've written it, I really wanted to do it as a duet. And our mutual friend said, listen, get Al along, see if he likes the kind of thing you're doing on the album, give him the lyrics and see if he has the same kind of, at least some kind of empathy with the sentiment expressed, and he did, fortunately, and so we got together and sang it. So it's a real new relationship, you know.
Actually, we were like hanging out in Switzerland and came over for dinner. And,
it's a ski baby.
Oh, yeah, you know.
I didn't know you was into that.
Oh, yeah.
Bungee jumping.
You can cross the drag off of me, though. Yeah, so we was out, you know, I was out with my big brother, David Mimran, you know, and we was out in Switzerland hanging, and Mr. Bowie came over and had dinner. He was the most pleasant person, and we just kicked it, and it was like magic. And then we started flying all over, flying to Paris and flying, you know, just talking. This man's a genius.
Al is one of the, really the...
Your turn.
He reads 5 books at one time.
Al is really one of the spiritually in-place guys that I've met in a long time. He's just a diamond.
Yeah. Now, were you a big fan of his, and you knew all the music and everything?
Honestly, I didn't really know too much. I just knew the
goes
rock
back-
star David Bowie. I mean,
Goes
that
back
was
to
it.
1990.
Yeah, and then actually after we met, I you know, went and got some of the library and tried to refresh myself. So yeah, I know all your stuff. Yeah, you know. But no, but I see why he's David Bowie, because
Dope and
he's a
stupid.
bad
Dope and stupid.
Dope and stupid.
Dope and
Exactly.
Yeah.
You all both have tattoos. I just saw yours. I know you have one.
Yeah.
Yours, what is yours again? Amon, right?
Well, it's yeah.
Oh.
Can they see it?
Too slow, he can't go. Iman has one of a little knife, Bowie knife, on her ankle. This one, it basically is to Iman, and it's also the Serenity Prayer.
Okay.
That's
That's
cool.
true love.
It's in Japanese.
Tattoo is true love. That's saying we're gonna be together forever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Because all you saying right here is I want to do music
I
forever.
want to do music. You know, I do. That's it. I love it.
When you gonna get married, though? You got to do that. Look at me talking.
Oh man. So
How's mom?
Mom is fine. Mom, she asked about you. She said she's praying for you.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Oh, no, that's how we live.
That's how we live on the street. My
You know?
mother's a minister.
Oh, yeah, that's on the
and
real
she
thing.
prays for me all the time, and she says, look, everybody out here that's doing your thing, have a safe trip, and y'all just do it in God's name.
That's how we live. Yeah. I talked to him about being David Jones. What were you born?
Male.
Wait a minute.
Bungee jumping.
Now, when we look at your birth certificate, what do we see on it? Other than male.
Male, wow.
Or where did Al B. Sure come from?
Oh, Al B. Sure, actually, who gave me, Eddie F. from Heavy D and the Boys gave me the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie F.
He was here last week.
Yeah, he was like the best DJ in Mount Vernon. And he used to cut this record called Nightmares by Dana Dane. And it was a partner thing. He said, I said, listen, Dana Dane, I think I have the cure, but I have to hear one more before I'll be sure. But he wasn't saying I'll be sure, it was I'll be sure. But he used to scratch the record and says, I'll be.
Yeah.
And one day he let the record go. We were doing Heavy's demos. I think we were in high school. And we was doing Heavy's demos because I bought a 4-track and all. What we do as an artist, and Mr. Bowie, myself, like, you have your feelings, you express them on CD. Well, before I was going to say record, CD. And when you have to worry about what you're saying and what you know, it's like with me, especially with me, I don't try to hurt anybody. I don't try, I don't do that in my lyrics or anything like that. Usually it's about love and stuff like that. And I tell it to communicate and help them communicate. And
Dave, do you think it affects sales? Does it scare people away?
I think my entire feelings about it is that if we've opted for a democratic society, then we have to accept what goes with it. And we're going to hear a lot of things that we don't like and a lot of things that we do like. We must be free to express ourselves, and if we don't like that concept, we have to change the way we've opted for. We've opted for a democratic society. No one said it would be easy or pleasant. Yeah. No one said a democratic society would be pleasant. It's hard because you've got to listen to a lot of bullshit as well. Yeah. You've got to listen to wow.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna bleep I'm leaving in the show. Can I leave it? Can I leave it? Now, first of all, let's see. I didn't thank you also, face to face, helping the kids. I appreciate it.
Hey,
all the proceeds.
We all in this together, man.
I heard that. One
gang.
gang.
We gotta do it.
One gang. Now, you're gonna come back a little later and do one more number. And, wow. We got comedian Brian Regan coming up, and we also have Billy Diamond, because he's been bumped the last 4 nights, and we just told him to come back, so we got 2 comics, because Brian was already booked and so on and so forth. You know I'll be back.
You know what?
Oh!
Back to perform Pallas, Athena. This is David Bowie.